What's up, you guys? It's me, Rigoli. We're gonna jump right in here in our 3502 palette by Morphe, and we just jumped into the warm shade Orb, just to give us a little bit of a transition shade. I had no idea what I was gonna do. All I knew is today I wanted to wear red lipstick, so I didn't want to do like anything crazy like I have been. So I went into the shade Muddy. I didn't really like it because I thought it was gonna be dark, like darker than that, and it just ended up fading out into like a very light gray, and I personally didn't like it. It wasn't really blending well for me. It was just sort of stuck there. You can see it's not really moving around for me. I've never really had problems with this Morphe palette because usually all the colors work good for me. Maybe it's just the two colors mixing together doesn't really look that right. But I blended it out as best as I could. And then I jump into the shade In the Zone, and it's like a very dark brown shade. I just want to deepen it up a little bit just to make sure that that gray was sort of covered. It looks fine. I was watching I was actually watching 13 Reasons Why, the new season, with my boyfriend, so sorry if I look like the other way. So I wanted to deepen it up a little bit more. And just grab more of that brown shade and just start mixing it well. Better. More and more. So I actually wanted to go deeper, so I had to find a very dark shade, and I sort of didn't want to dip into a black, but then I just like rethought my whole life, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put a shimmer, and the shimmer I put was Pure. It's like a goldish shimmer. It has like white reflex in it. I really like it. I wanted to deepen it up more, but I wasn't feeling it at the time. So we just go in with a black shade, and actually I tried the black shade Wiz from the Morphe, and I felt like it wasn't black enough for me. So then I went into my Meet Matte Trimini matte eyeshadow palette by The Balm, and I went into Matte Hamid. So after I went into the Meet Matte Trimini by The Balm Cosmetics, I actually really like this palette. It's actually pretty pigmented, just I don't really use it a lot because it has a lot of like brown, dark, black, nudie type of shades, and there's only about like 9 of them. I usually like it with the bigger palettes because then I have more of a selection to choose from. But I go in actually with the burgundy type of shade that's called Matte Kumar in that Balm palette, and it's sort of like a burgundy brown. It's not like a bright burgundy or anything, it's just a very, I guess you could say, not a cool tone, but a darker shade of a burgundy. You can tell it sort of looks just like regular brown, like a reddish brown. So I'm just blending it out, making sure that it's blended well. I kept on getting distracted by the show, I'm sorry. My boyfriend was like asking me 21 questions. Okay, so then I go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Kit, and I go into the shade Marshmallow just to highlight the inner corners and my eyebrows. Under my eyebrows, my bad. I wanted to do something different this time. I wanted to do my eye look first and then do my face because I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again. You guys already know what I use for my face. So now I'm going to jump into my e.l.f. It should be in the color, yeah, just regular black. It's an e.l.f. Eyeliner pen, And I really enjoy using these. I need to buy a new one because this one's running out of ink, but usually when I first bought it, like, it's so black, it works so good, it's so precise. I love the way that the brush is. It's really fast for me to do when I do my eyeliner instead of me taking forever, because I can never do it with just like the regular liquid ones. It's so hard for me. And then also with like the gel eyeliners, I don't even know how people do that, because I have a struggle doing those. I can never find the right brush, or the eyeliner comes out too thick or chunky. Ugh, I just don't like them. But I really like this pen. I really like eyeliner pens because they work really well for me. So then I go into a liquid liquid liner, and it was actually running out, so there wasn't a lot of product coming off, so I just kept on going over and over and over with it. I get so scared whenever I use these, honestly, because then if you fuck up, you fuck up. Like, there's no going back. I hate it too when it gets stuck in your eyelashes and then your eyelashes get all like nasty and shit. That's why I don't like using them that much, but I just had to deepen it up a little bit because my pen was running out of ink. So then I go into my mascara, and that's going to be the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Brosse Courbet. It's just a curved brush. I really love this mascara. I do. It curls my lashes just right. It gives me volume, it gives me length. I just love it so much. So then also I go into my waterline with a 24/7 eyeliner by Beauty For Real, and this is in the shade, it doesn't say, but it's like it's a green shade. It's like a dark green shade, and it has like a little bit of shimmer, but not really that much. I just want to pop it in so my eyes would pop with a little bit of color. Then I put on my eyelashes. I have no idea what kind of eyelashes these are. I just found them with my makeup, so I'll try to figure that out for you, but I really love how it looks. It makes my eye look come together perfectly. So then I go in with my e.l.f. Illuminating Primer. And then I go in with my Milani 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I really love this. I used a Artiste brush just to mix it in like faster, because I didn't want to take too much time doing this video, because it was just a simple look. It honestly only took me about like 20 minutes, but I had to try to cut the video down to like 15, so yeah. So I just mix it everywhere pretty much. I go down my neck, of course, because if not, that shit will get ruined, because you'll just see the color on my face and not my neck. So then I go in with my Dermacol. It's like a foundation, but I use it for concealer because it's very, very light. I use that for my concealer, and I just go in with a littler Artiste brush. That shit was getting interesting, so I got distracted, my bad. So then I'm just doing my regular concealer, putting it on my forehead, under my cheeks, my cupid's bow, my chin. And then I went in with actually another palette to do a concealer type of thing, because, I mean, not concealer, my bad, a contour type of thing, because I don't really have contour, honestly. The only one that I have is like a very cheapy brand that doesn't really work that well, but I can make it work. It's by the Art of Beauty concealer palette by Style Essentials. I use the darkest shade in this. It doesn't have the name of the shades, it's just the darkest shade that's in there. Because they have like a dark brown shade, then they have orange shades, and then they have like my skin tone colors, so it's like I don't really have much of a choice. I just use my Artige brush just to blend it out actually into my skin, but it sort of like evaporates, like it doesn't stay, and I hate it. So I'm gonna go in actually with my e.l.f. Translucent powder just to set my whole face. And I wanted to bake with it, but I remember last time what happened when I tried to bake with it. It didn't really work that well. So I actually just, you know, put it all over my face. I use a brush. I was trying to use the beauty blender to be like, you know, all these beauty gurus, but I could not do it. I had to go in with a brush. Just to set everything. And then I go in with my contour kit. It's my Anastasia light to medium. I basically just use all of the brown shades. It doesn't really matter. I mix them pretty much all. I get under my chin. I get my cheekbones. I get my big ass forehead. And then I use the light shades to put under my eyes and a little bit on my forehead. And that's like the banana powder. Now I'm doing my eyebrows, and I'm using actually the MAC trio. I mean, not MAC, sorry, my Sephora trio, and it doesn't have a name really on here. It's just like, it just says Midnight Brown Eyebrow Editor. And I use the darkest shade because I ran out of my lighter shade. I'm just using that just to fill in my brows. I actually made one of the brows a little bit too big, and I couldn't go back from it, so I was trying to make the other one match, and it was just taking a little while longer than I usually do because my brows are already pretty much filled. Like, I don't have to really fill them. I don't have to really do them. I'm not one to actually really do my eyebrows either. So yeah, the only thing that I do is I just put either a brown shade or something in there just to, you know, make sure I have color. Now I'm trying to fix my brows because I messed up because one of them is a little bit too big. But I fixed it pretty well. It's just also because my eyebrow hairs are different. Like, each eyebrow is really different, and I hate it. It sucks. So I go in back with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Kit, and I use all the shades, of course, just to make sure that my face is popping. I use all the shades. Look at that glow, honey. Yes. Gotta get my cupid's bow. I gotta get my cheeks. I gotta get a little bit of that forehead. So I went in with my MAC color, and let me try to find it where it's at, but it's pretty much just a red, like a Russian red type of color. I really love it. The only thing that's sort of weird is I'm not really used to, like, you know, colors that don't mattify. It's actually in the color Diva, and it says it's supposed to be matte, but it is not matte. This also, you need to be very careful because this color will stain your lips, and if it gets on your face, it will stain your face. So you just got to be really careful. And there's my finished look. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe my videos, and thank you. Bye.